How close are you?
Opening a can and then I'm coming. Y'all can start.
All right, I'm going to do the intro real quick.
Okay, I'm gonna be quiet.
All right.
Yeah, I'm putting my phone on airplane mode.
God damn it, you can hear that fucking bass line going so hard.
Who
It's
playing that?
she doesn't know. It's either her neighbors above or it's her neighbor like over here. Oh, I'm gonna put it in the intro because otherwise I'm gonna have to. I can't edit it out because it's gonna be on the whole whatever. This is what we get for meat and carrot and whatever. Oh, hi. You're listening to Service from Hell, a podcast featuring people that are currently in customer service positions or the lucky few that got out and all the good, bad, and infinitely irritating things that go along with that work. I'm actor and writer Kate Gaffney, and I'm uniquely qualified to discuss this as I currently work, or I used to work, at a very busy and very popular comedy club in Los Angeles. And at least one of you listening right now has probably grabbed me and told me you were ready to order when I was running around like a crazy person. So let's eat. The sound you heard was Lee going into her kitchen and into her refrigerator because she's cooking for us because she's so lovely and a good friend. Also, note on the sound tip, we are at Lee's apartment and there is definitely someone having some sort of bass party. It's literally just a party of bass. That's it. That's all it is. It's just bass. So today we have two of the ride or dies from quarantine who have been with me on this journey, keeping me sane. But the special surprise and the wonderful surprise is that Punkie Johnson is in our presence.
Hey, y'all.
She's
I'm here. Physically here.
Physically here. And we have Lee Lamson Quay.
Hi. I made it from the kitchen to the couch. Everything's great.
Okay, great. So we only have 2 microphones because this is podcasting on a budget. We're going to do our best. Please ignore the bass.
They've been bumping that all afternoon.
Really?
Friday, like weekends. It's funny because some people still have jobs. So I think, every day's the same fucking day and who knows what the fuck day is. But weekends definitely now for people who work start on Thursdays instead of Fridays. And
Jesus.
They part because they're just like, why not? So like the dude next door plays video. Like he used to come home every Friday and play video games for like 2 hours. Definitely Thursdays. And now it lasts like, I don't know how his wife, I would be like, it's such heavy bass. Like when you walk outside, you can hear the entire apartment shaking from, I'm like, I would lose my shit. I'd be like, you need to put on some fucking headphones and go in the other room.
That's way too loud to be like living in headquarters.
Also,
like
he's like in his 30s. I'm not trying to shame people who play video games, but shame on you.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Okay, so this week, since we have both of them here, my game's a little bit off because now I have 100 more questions because I don't have to deal with the click-clack of Zoom. So now I want to keep Punkie locked in this house for a lot longer.
Lock me up. Come on, let's go. I owe the people. I owe everyone.
Well, especially because you weren't here last week and they all thought you were dead. I got messages
I
about
was
you.
dead. I was dead like a motherfucker.
Can you explain what was happening to you?
Guys, I'm so sorry. Thank you all for your concern. I was so dead. Last Wednesday was my birthday, so I told my wife, I was like, all I want to do is cook and drink beer. And that's exactly what I did. I woke up, I cooked, and I drank beer. But the problem was I didn't eat what I cooked. So I drank for like, I think 12 or 13 hours straight.
And there was definitely some tequila shots in there.
I think we probably killed about 5 bottles of tequila.
I brought one and I think it was almost gone by the time I left.
Oh my God. I was so sick. I thought I was fine. When I went to sleep, I was like, I killed this day. I murdered it. I'm fine. I'm going to bed. I'm feeling great. I'm not going to be hungover. 8 o'clock hit. I had the worst headache of my life. And I probably was sick for about 14 hours.
Ooh. What does sick mean?
Oh my God. I threw up like at first it started up long. Like first it was like every hour. And I was like, okay, at least I get to sleep for 30 minutes. Because I'll sleep for 30 minutes and then I'll feel that pain again. I'm like, oh, fuck, it's coming sooner or later. Then I'll throw up and then I'll sleep for 30 minutes. That happened. And then it started becoming like every 20 minutes. And then every 10 minutes. And then every 5.
You got alcohol poisoning.
I killed myself.
Yeah.
It was so bad. It was so bad that I ordered a pizza and some wings at midnight. I paid $63 for a fucking pizza.
Jesus. Well, we normally record on like Tuesdays is where we've kind of been hovering. And then I had something to do on Tuesday night. So I was like, hey guys, let's meet up on Wednesday. And Punkie's like, bitch, I'm going to start drinking beer at 10 a.m. And I don't know where the day is going because it's my birthday. So let's do Thursday. And in my head, I was like, she ain't going to be here on Thursday. But I was like, all right,
I tried.
girl.
Like I saw the text. I didn't see the text, but I saw the people texting. But I couldn't. I didn't have the strength. I just could not do it.
Even Brittany, her wife, I called because Kate and I were like, all right, let's text Brittany. So I text Brittany and I was like, hey, how's Punkie today? She's like, she's all right. She's dead on the. I was like, well, no, I actually was like, is she dead? She's like, yes, girl, she's dead on the couch. I was like, okay, so we have 2 hours before we're supposed to do this podcast. What you think? And she's like, well, you know, Punkie rallies for everything.
She told you I was going around.
Yeah, and then an hour later she goes, okay, so she's puking off the couch into a paper bag right now. I don't think I was like, okay, she gets a pass. She does. You do rally for everything, so you get a birthday pass.
Oh my God, it was the worst. I think that was the worst.
Hangover of your
been
life?
Sick. Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, it's also because I think we're all out of our routine, so nobody's tolerances are the same.
Yeah.
So
I also thought I was going to rally. I was like, oh, I could do this at 5. I'm like, I'm a soldier. I got this shit.
Which she is, for the record. You are normally a soldier, but no, not in this case.
It didn't happen. This was the first time I couldn't rally.
Oh, sad.
Thank God I didn't make my doctor's appointment for that day.
Welcome to a new age bracket, bitch. You're talking to somebody who never used to puke, and now, like, every time I go hard, somebody, I'm winking at Kate, ends up picking me up off the floor in a fur coat. Yeah,
It's real. I did that.
I came home from the Comedy Store Christmas party, and my boyfriend was like, Angel, you left looking so cute. What happened? And because he found me in the middle of the night on the floor of our bathroom. And he was like, do you need an? I was like, just leave me alone.
I will say, you know what? God bless Lee, because like nobody knew she was that drunk at the party, and then all of a sudden, Hart, God love you, Hart, tapped me, and he was like, "Hey, Lee's in the ladies' restroom. You may want to go check on her." And I was like, "Lee?
Oh my God.
Like, okay." And I check on her, and she's fully asleep.
Hart, I love Hart. Hart be looking for his girls.
He does. He's always looking
Hart
for
calls
us.
me once a week to check on me. For that party, Hart was concerned about you. He's like, "Well, Lee." I say, "Hart, I don't fucking know. I don't even know where I'm at right now, motherfucker."
Which party? Your party or
At
the comedy
at the
store?
Christmas party.
Oh, I know, because he knows I'm a nutcase.
Hart is from Thailand, but he lives in America. His marriage was set up.
But he has a fine ass wife who runs shit.
Bad bitch. She is beautiful.
She's gorgeous. She runs that fucking household. He has 2 jobs that he holds down like a fucking beast. 2 full-time jobs. So he bartends with us at the Comedy Store, but he's like an aerospace engineer by day or something crazy. Thai people. The Comedy Store used to only hire Thai people.
This is the thing about Hart, right? Let me tell y'all something about Hart. He is humble, but it don't make sense, right? He's like, he works at the aerospace place, and he's like, I scared I lose my job, Ham Hock. And he called me Ham Hock. I scared I lose my job, Ham Hock. And then he calls me every week, and he says, we had to let 30 more people go. We had to let 30 more people go. I'm like, nigga, are you the boss?
Yeah, I think he is. We had to. First of all, he sounds like the last king of Scotland, the way you're doing his accent, by the way.
We had to let 30 more people go.
Apparently he owns an aerospace engineering company in
every year. Hart has a new
Empire.
car. The one car he had was a piece of shit car. He bought like this raggedy ass, old ass Honda Civic from a friend. Mm-hmm. But after that, the cars has been BMW, Mercedes-Benz, big ass fifth Ram truck.
Or he has a Prius also, just to like even everything out.
He got like 4-5 cars. No one drives them.
His wife doesn't go anywhere. Like, his wife is a stay-at-home mom. He literally he buys them so he can have a new car to drive to the Comedy Store in every day after his full-time day job.
Big old backyard, big patio, cameras everywhere. About 6 grills, because this grill do what this grill can't.
Yeah.
A big fryer. I'm like, I think the grills are pretty much the same. No, this grill have a refrigerator underneath him, huh? I'm like, what, nigga? Okay, cool. So yeah, that's hard.
We love him so much that he lives like an hour southeast of us, and we like probably once a year we like caravan our little drunk asses down to his house, and he also loves us because he lets us come to his house with his wife and his kids, but he loves it so much, and he cooks for us. Like, we've done 4th of July there, we've done Thanksgiving there, and he just glows like from ear to ear when he has people come up, like when we all go down there.
Us.
I knew when I was sort of like more in with the Comedy Store, because he pulled me aside in a shift and he was like, I'm going to take you to Thai food. And I was like, I think this is a thing. I think this is like you're vetted and you're in the Comedy Store. And I was like, okay.
It's a thing.
And then he like takes me to this Thai place that I actually love that's in Thai Town in LA. And I was like, and they all knew him. And I was like, I've got jumped into the gang. Like I'm in.
But he also gets on my nerves when we go. Like I love when we go. But we'll be sitting up there reading the menu, and we will be in the menu okay, I know I want this, and I know I want that. And then the people come up, and he put his arm out and tell us to shut up, and then he order everything he want us to eat. I'm like, bitch, I wanted number 32.
And he's like, you're getting 33.
And then he covers the bill. Yeah, Heart's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just want to be clear that nobody's good at Thai accents. That's not meant to be offensive to our listeners in Thailand. It's just literally none of us know how to do that.
Sawatika.
Okay. Well, that's real. That's actually real.
I know.
Okay.
That's all I know.
So to get to some of our questions, or just out of curiosity, so Newsom announced that phase 2 of reopening is going to begin this Friday. So basically like tomorrow, not basically, definitely tomorrow, which means factories and retail.
What the fuck was phase 1?
Thank you.
Yeah,
I missed
like,
that memo.
What was phase 1?
Phase 2?
Because I was reading it, and then I was thinking like, is each phase a week by week thing, or is each phase as long as it seems like it needs to take? Like, is it sort of ambiguously?
I don't know what the fuck been going on. I don't watch the damn news because it depresses me.
I just started following Gavin Newsom and Garcetti on Instagram because I like that better than watching national news now, and I do feel like they're handling. Okay, phase 1 is the phase we are currently in. Thanks. but is expected to end on Friday, May 8th. This phase is all about safety and preparedness. Essential businesses, pharmacies, grocery stores needed to take steps to address physical and workflow adaptation, establish an essential workforce safety net in case workers get sick, and make PPE more widely available. Essentially, that's the entire quarantine is phase 1.
Yeah.
What is PE? Physical education?
PPE, personal.
So yeah, we're all going to take a PE class.
Personal protection equipment, I think, is what PPE stands for. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Personal protection.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so phase 2 starts tomorrow.
So what does that mean? What does phase 2 mean?
Newsom announced that phase 2 will begin on May 8th in California, which will allow some industries like manufacturing to reopen with safety modifications in place. People should still telecommute to work if possible. Dr. Mark Galley, Secretary of the California Health and Human Services, said California can now move into phase 2 since hospital data has shown a range of stability. Galley said stage 2 doesn't mean COVID is less dangerous. It is still spreading, but the businesses that fall under the stage 2 category will have to make some safety changes in order to reopen. Those include hands-free devices for payment, curbside pickup while employees wear gloves and masks, closing smaller indoor break rooms and using outdoor break rooms with physically distanced seating, and warehouses having personal protective equipment and sanitation materials for their employees. It seems like it's but what businesses?
You know what? What fucking phase is the bars opening? How about that?
That's called September.
Yeah, we're last. So
Are you serious? So we really are
because we're considered a venue. So bars are going to be able to. They said that public gathering spaces are phase. I think that's 3. I forget.
I'm not trying to go back to work. I mean, I will go back to work. I'm talking about when can we go out and get fucked up? Is the question.
Okay. So phase 3, there's no specific start date, which is my question. So it's sort of ambiguous. Stage 2 is an ambiguous amount of time. Will take an ambiguous amount of time. I've been drinking. I'm sorry. Phase 3, which there is not a specific date for at this time, will include the opening of higher risk workplaces. These include personal care places, hair and nail salons, entertainment venues, movie theaters, sporting events without live spectators, and in-person religious services such as churches and weddings. Phase 4 is the final phase, which would end the stay-at-home order. So we're still going to have this goddamn stay-at-home order.
So when do you think our friend can get married?
So one of our good friends that used to work at the Comedy Store, mine in Hamhocks, Andrina, her little sister was supposed to get married in June in Mississippi, and they just sent me a notice saying it's postponed until next year.
What?
And they were getting married in June. And our other friend here was supposed to get married in March, and now he moved it to the end of June. And I think because it's a venue and because people have to travel to get there, old people from New England, like that's their own personal stuff. I think they're going to move it. I think he's going to tell us pretty soon that it's changed till next year.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's about what they've looked at, because I listened to Dr. Drew's podcast with Christina P. and Tom Segura, and I listened to it today, and he was saying, because he had a comedian on who was like, I can't wait to get back to touring, and I'm so excited to go to these venues and blah, blah, blah. And Dr. Drew said, and he initially was like, this isn't that big of a deal, and now he's since changed his tune. Yeah. And he said that he was like, you should maybe reschedule your tour till 2021. And I was like, really? Like, I'm just listening. I obviously wasn't on the podcast, but I was like, ugh.
Well, no, because I've seen a lot of comics, actually. You probably have too, but I don't know are you getting booked, I guess is the question, Hammock, for later this year? Down. Well, because I've seen people.
I got booked. I got booked for, I forgot what the damn festival is, but it's in September and it's in Austin. So
it's dicey. Yeah. And I feel like the Comedy Store maybe that's their like soft goal, but it's very
soft goal. I thought July was their soft goal.
Yeah, but
wait, are you fucking serious? We're not going to be open until past July?
No one knows.
So as of right now, the way that it looks is that the goal was a soft opening, which meant like just bartenders. So maybe one in the front and one in the service well.
Oh my God. It don't even matter if they open.
Yeah. So no servers. And then they were just going to have the OR open, which is the original room. And then they were going to put it to half capacity. So all the 4 tops become 2 tops and then no booths because that's just too close, or every other booth. They're still trying to develop it as of, and none of this is official. So please don't come for me. Like, I don't know, not you, but like the audience. Like, I don't know if this is what they're still doing, but I know that God damn it, Lee. But I know that, like, in speaking to a couple of the managers, the issue is how do they actually plan for this? And the idea was, okay, then they get rid of the 2-drink minimum, and then they have patrons go to the front bar, get their own drink if they want it, and then go in. Oh my
God. It don't even matter.
Correct.
It don't matter, bitch.
Because servers can't be back
Jesus
by then.
Christ, I'm going to have to move home.
No, you're not.
No, because here's the deal. So they got the PPP loan. So originally they were paying us. They got the PPP loan. So I think a lot of small businesses did. I think it's under 200 employees or something like that. They were approved for that, and they had been paying us out of their own pocket essentially up until that point, and they kept putting like a bi-weekly limit saying we don't know if we're going to be able to pay you after this next 2 weeks, and then they got approved for that loan. So I think that I don't know how long it will last. So the loan helped. So I think that now they only had to start cutting salaries because they were running out of their own like out of pocket stuff, and now they got this loan, and as long as they pay everybody their full salary, they don't have to repay the loan. Okay. I think that we are still, I mean, like, the thing is, and we'll go back to the fact that, like, I didn't realize how much money I was spending out of this house until I got stuck in this house. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, how do I have all this money? I'm like, I'm not trying to say I have all this money, but I have more money than I'm
saving more than we,
because I'm not spending money.
We're not out. The only thing I buy, bitch, I spend more money on onions now.
Me too.
I be buying onion and fucking garlic every day, bitch. I need more onion.
Onion and garlic. Do you know that they were out? So I'm making sauce for everybody today here. You're welcome. Which is it's serendipitous that Hammy decided that this was her first in-person meeting.
Yeah, we didn't know. She just showed up.
Well, last week everybody popped up at my house. I was like, fuck it. If I'm exposed, I got that shit now. I mean, it don't make sense to hide from people.
Everybody meaning like 9 people. Yeah. I don't want to make it seem like there was a 30-person party.
People saw me cooking on Instagram and fucking they just don't post. It's all I'm saying. I was just trying to post and say, look, I'm cooking, and I didn't know people were going to pop up, but whatever.
Well, it was your birthday, so it was understandable. And everybody I think everybody was like, oh, we're just going to do a drive-by, and we wore masks and all that stuff.
Oh,
so
of course.
We were just sitting on the patio. We all wore masks. But everybody thought that we were just going to do a drive-by, and then we all just, I mean.
Probably because I was out there like, Lee! Hey!
Yeah, when I got to her house, she was in the middle of the street. Yeah. No, we were on the porch or the patio. It was a nice big outside patio. Don't everybody freak out. Like, we weren't hanging out on a couch together, but it was still like a nice, safe environment. And we all took our masks down to drink shots of tequila.
Okay. Lucas, I talked to Lucas this week, and he was like, oh, did you get invited to Punkies? And I was like, I don't think it was like a thing. I think people just rolled up on her place because they were sick of being at home.
I'm cooking tomorrow too. I'm not putting that on Instagram. I cannot afford to have that shit happen again.
I can walk to Hammy's house. So, and I had this bottle of tequila that she's been trying to steal from me for the last 4 weeks. So I was like, well, this
Did
bitch.
you bring it to me?
Yeah.
You did?
That was your birthday present.
I saw it.
Yeah.
Did I take it?
You compared it to, you're like, oh, now this is a Comedy Store bottle of tequila.
I did.
That ain't nothing like the Rite Aid. No, but you were like, the Rite Aid bottles are small compared to the Comedy Store bottles. Because I've been hiding that. Because once a week, Punkie's been texting me going, I know you still got a full bottle of tequila. And I'm like, I am saving that for our get out of jail free party, okay? And but anyway, I guess that was her birthday, so that's what you got. So I'm glad I reminded you that I brought you that shit.
If 35 was like that, oh my God,
40 is going to be
out
a
of
mess.
control.
We had talked about, because initially the three of us had talked about what our timeline would be if we were supposed to leave LA or if we had to leave LA because of finances. So I had said July. You guys said you weren't totally sure. Punkie, you had mentioned maybe October. So if this does go into 2021, what does that look like for you guys?
Well, the thing for me is that my life is in because of the career that I'm in, I really don't know. So it's like, I'm probably not going to be able to do comedy again until next year. If the Comedy Store does open up, it'll never match what I was making. I definitely wouldn't be able to live. And I don't know. Like, the only thing that I can do to stay in LA is sell a script. But then how am I supposed to sell a script if they can't have actors on set? So it's like my entire career is shut down until we figure out a way to live freely with this.
I mean, don't you think though that they're planning for 2021 like a gang? I feel like if I was in the entertainment business, it would be they're planning for a grand reopening of the entire world for 2021, and they're gonna be paying for things to start that year off in a gangbuster sort of a way.
And that's what I'm banking on, and that's what I'm hoping for.
So the position that we are in, because I think most people don't understand how production is. So usually things are shot 1 to 2 years before we see them. So of course, during quarantine, we have a ton of stuff to digest, and we're like, wow, there's so much content and, all the various things that have gone viral. But the issue becomes, currently we should be filming for 2021 and we are not. Mm-hmm. And so all of that is stalled. So a friend of mine is on the board of the DGA, and the question becomes, do we have everybody sign something saying, this is a mitigated risk, and I understand that, and we just get rid of background actors, and then we quarantine people 2 weeks before a shoot and 2 weeks after, sort of. So they're trying to come up with a game plan if they were to reopen before a vaccine exists, because best case scenario, a vaccine is at least a year out. A year from today. So they're trying to get stuff up and running, because Hollywood can't just be closed until beyond 2021. And even until 2021, a lot of parts of Hollywood are going to close. So there's not really, I don't know.
Girl, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. All I know is I got about 3 things just fucking just in the chamber. They locked and loaded and they ready to be sold. That's all I know. All they gonna sell, I don't know, but they ready to go. If I sell them, I'm staying in LA. If I don't, but also, if things keep happening virtually, I can just move back home and just work from the computer.
You could, but here, look, we either gonna have a bunch of Amy Schumer Learns to Cook shows.
Oh, shots fired! Come on, Lee.
Or we could have Lee teaches Punkie how to make pie dough shows, which I feel like people want to know.
That's a good show.
That's what I'm saying. I've been trying to get this bitch. Now that we're seeing you in person again, I'm like, look, I feel like what's going to happen is, because there is going to be a vacancy of produced content and television, film, that kind of stuff. I think that it's going to be a lot of from home reality driven stuff, which is cool. Like, people want to watch whatever they can watch, and it's interesting. But I think that that's where you might make some money, is if you come up with like some version of a reality thing. I'm not trying to say, like, I hate reality in general. I mean, I watch it. Hello. But I also hate it.
You sound like Hurt, bitch. I'm what?
I don't like to commit. But I just feel like that's in the next year. I feel like there's going to be a lot of, it's not going to be reality shows like the Kardashians and the Real Housewives and all that shit. It's going to be different versions of it. But I think that's what we're going to see, is a lot of people who have money to invest in stuff already are going to be producing their own things from home, like the Amy Schumer thing and, whatever. I'm going to go make Punkie another drink because I'm being yelled at. Hold on.
I'm yelling at her silently.
Thank you, Punkie, for being aware of sound.
I just threw my glass up in the air like, bitch.
So say you don't sell a script, then are you going back to New Orleans?
I mean, if I can't afford to live here, then yeah. Because one thing I decided that I wasn't going to do is spend my savings. I'm not spending my savings.
Same.
Because I can leave and come back. Because if I stay here and spend my savings, then I'll just be broke, and I don't want to do that.
How lucky is it that we haven't had to spend it? Because honestly, when this first went down, I was like, okay, I have enough savings to live this long in LA. That's how I was planning. I haven't had to touch it yet.
Me neither.
I want it on record.
I mean,
we are very,
I
very
did
blessed.
just pay the government like $7,000.
Well, that's because you made a lot of money.
Nah,
You better, I'm going to
they
edit that
subtracted
out.
it. It was like-
Hello.
The lady said it was like 3.
That's because Punkie's funny. I mean, we are incredibly, incredibly blessed. And, you know, we've said it before and we will continue to say it. We are very, very lucky that we have a business that we work for that gives a shit about us. And regardless of our personal feelings of this, that, or the other, they are taking care of us. And so we do have an opportunity to not dip into our savings, like Lee said. And I, unfortunately, am in kind of a funky position where I am going to be going back to Ohio for a period of time, but my stuff is going to stay here.
What the fuck? I know. Speak. Don't be trying to just say that shit and start and you talking over it.
Well, so the issue became finding a place to live that I thought would maybe go down in rent, because if I commit to a place right now, it's still at the peak rent costs. So if everything's about to, like, in 6 months or even in 6 weeks is about to go down, I don't want to be locked into a 12-month contract.
Correct.
That could have been half of what I was paying. Thank you, Lee. It's just so loud. It's just, she doesn't recognize, oh, well, Lee got a kitten, and now I'm going to put on record, hello, Carrot.
Carrot's
Lee,
in the room?
Carrot, no, she's back there.
Oh.
But the eardrops for Carrot fell out of the refrigerator just now.
I'm going to get Carrot in a minute so y'all can see that she has the most attitude of any 2-week-old earthly being I've ever met in my entire fucking life.
But the position that I'm in as far as like staying in LA or going is, if I can wait it out a little bit and rents are about to go down, then I'm just going to put all my shit in storage here and then come back when everything goes down a little bit. And I did talk to management at the Comedy Store, and they were like, look, we don't actually know when we're going to open again. So if you need to do that, then you do that. And I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, oh, we're not opening for a while. And they wouldn't answer me. But I was like, oh, if you were opening in July, I said this too. I was like, pointedly, I said, if you were opening in July, it doesn't make sense for me to drive to Ohio and then come back.
Yeah. So Jenny and I went to Rocco's today for food. Nobody was in there.
Nobody.
You know, but we got to go in there and order our food. And the guy was like, oh, we opening next week. Fucking restaurant.
Like fully opening?
He said we are opening next week.
But how are they able to? Because like what Lee was reading about the phases, if we're not in phase 3 yet.
I think that they're opening, but I think that they're doing curbside delivery. Like I read, like I think that they have to wear gloves and masks.
To delivery today.
I know, but I think that, I mean, Rocco's is a sandwich shop.
No, this is Rocco's WeHo, the gay Rocco's. It's like a nightclub.
Rocco's
restaurant.
WeHo now open in West Hollywood. Wait, what's the date on that? May 2nd? A soft opening. The new restaurant bar is currently operating under a soft opening to get a staff acclimated to run the business. The 5,000 square foot restaurant and bar in WeHo. So the hours of operation are from Monday to Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 2 a.m. Still 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. There will be special promotions 7 days a week. We're allowing customers to come in and get a taste. If people want to come and have a cocktail, they're more than welcome. We're offering a full menu until 10 o'clock. This is good practice for our employees and a way to make sure that our computers are working properly. But I don't understand what this, like, how are they social distancing with this?
He wasn't so. He took my credit card out my hand. That was the first in a while.
Ooh, okay.
That's the thing. Everybody doing like tap and all that stuff. Everything is contactless. He was in full contact. He was like, thank you. He had a mask on.
I mean, literally, I just read that whole article and not one of the things said, and we're going to do this a little differently. It just said, come get your shit.
He was like, we're going to be opening, and he said probably next week, most likely is the day we're going to be opening.
Which is, the difficulty there becomes like, what is Garcetti enforcing versus like, because according to Newsom, it's sort of, Garcetti has always been stricter than Newsom by like a day. So Los Angeles County and Los Angeles City closed, I think it was like 1 or 2 days before the state itself shut down. So, and Garcetti has said in his press conferences, regardless of what the state is doing, we're going to do what's best for Los Angeles.
Wait, but this is WeHo, and they have a different mayor. Yeah.
Oh.
So Garcetti is probably like, excuse.
Wait. Time out. I don't get it.
So
Explain.
West Hollywood and Santa Monica bought themselves out of Los Angeles. Literally bought themselves out. That's why when you drive through West Hollywood, you see like...
Time out. West Hollywood
and Santa Monica are 2 different cities. So from Los Angeles. So that's why you see a separate police department like LAPD.
Are you? When the fuck that happened?
Oh, years ago, a long time ago.
How the fuck you just buy yourself out of the city?
They felt that their economy was stronger on its own. Because that was when WeHo was before the gay.
That's because it's gay.
No, the property values were shit, and then the gays moved in, made it beautiful, put a whole bunch of money into it, cared about their community, and then West Hollywood's community skyrocketed.
Yeah, I told you that shit was gay.
Yeah. It's because God bless the gays.
Hey, you're welcome.
and it made the city of value. And then Santa Monica, it's a beach town, it's whatever, but like that's why LAPD can drive up to Venice and they can service things on Venice Beach, but Santa Monica Beach has to be serviced by Santa Monica Police Department.
Get the fuck! Look at me learning about my city that I just turned my license into Los Angeles.
Hello, you just now did you?
So I did, yeah, I did it this year.
So because
maybe it was last year, I don't fucking remember. But listen, here's the thing. So West Hollywood has a different mayor.
They have it's a whole different city. It's not Los Angeles.
Yeah, so the law, they can make their own laws as to when they're reopening, whatever the fuck.
So Garcetti is Los Angeles.
Garcetti's Los Angeles. This is Glendale,
and Santa Monica, and WeHo,
and Glendale. Glendale also bought themselves out of Los Angeles,
so
Jesus Glendale
Christ.
can do whatever the fuck they want too. That's why the gyms in Glendale were staying open well beyond when. Yeah, that's like I have my 24 Fitness is in Glendale, and I was like, could I go? I don't know.
Also, Glendale has one of the highest rates of infection. Just as a side,
Out of here. Is that true?
100%. I heard it on NPR yesterday.
What's NPR? I'm dumb as fuck.
National Public Radio.
I'm just dumb as fuck.
No, you're not dumb, Punky. You are not. I'm not accepting that.
I'm not, all I do is wake up every morning. I do my own work. I do my own thing and watch Grey's Anatomy at night.
We know. And
That's
also
it.
The Walking Dead. We know. You
I
have
finished
made that
The Walking Dead. It's
Oh, did
over.
you?
All
it's
9
over.
seasons.
Well, but you said
You've been working hard.
Punky going hard in the paint for The Walking Dead.
I'm waiting for the other season to be on Netflix so I can start that one.
But for non-Los Angeles people, so the way Los Angeles is so massive that there are cities inside of the city. And so in the same way that Garcetti can say, we are not going to follow what Newsom says, we're going to be even tighter because Newsom being the governor of California, then Garcetti, who is the mayor of Los Angeles, can say, well, we're going even tighter. And that's why I'm not sure who the mayor of West Hollywood is, but the mayor of West Hollywood can say, okay, cool, well, we're open. And so can the mayor of Glendale.
So that's why they opening.
Correct.
Because we were looking at him like, really? Because we are not opening anytime soon.
This is a great question, right? Because technically speaking, the Comedy Store is in West Hollywood. So technically speaking, whenever West Hollywood decides that they're open, the Comedy Store could too. But the issue becomes, do you as a business owner want to become vulnerable? Where do you have every customer that walks through the door sign something saying, if and when you think you contracted COVID-19 from this location, you're going to sign away your rights to sue us? Because litigation could go through the roof because businesses are being sued right now because of that. Carnival Cruise Lines is in the middle of a lawsuit right now for that exact reason. So,
well, they did things wrong.
But it could be looked at that if we open too soon, that we made the wrong decisions too, like based on being desperate and not based on facts and figures and science and all the things, which is why, I'm grateful. I think that our CEO, Peter Shore, will behave as he did in the beginning of this, which is take it more seriously than anybody did then. And I think he's going to continue to take it more seriously when people start getting more relaxed with it. I think it's going to happen. He's going to bookend it in the same way, which I'm grateful for because I don't want to be at a place where it's very tourist driven. And for a minute, I think it won't be. And with the crowds, we're not going to see the crowds like we've seen. I would say this time next year, maybe summertime next year, people will be traveling. It's touristy.
Oh my God.
don't get downtrodden, Punky. I think it will be sooner than that because I do think that Los Angeles people who maybe never came to the Comedy Store before because it was a tourist destination, I do think when we open, I think there's going to be a sense of like, I'm just hungry for interaction. But I have seen a lot of people be like, well, I'm going to wait and see what everybody else does. Even if everything is open in the city where I live, regardless of if it's LA or elsewhere, I want to see what everybody else does first. So I think there's going to be some reticence in the beginning. And then I think people are going to be like, oh my God, is this really over? If this is really over, I'm out. I'm spending money in ways I didn't before. So it's a flip side. I do not think we're going to get the tourist population that we got before, but I do think that we're maybe going to get more local people than we did before.
I mean, like LA is so spread out and really sort of divided and hard to create a social network in when you first move here and all those things. So I feel like maybe it'll make us feel closer as a community of people.
Girl, fuck the community. Do you understand? Okay, listen up, okay? I am worried about my money. Do y'all know that in my entire life, I never, ever thought that I would make six figures. I just didn't think it was in the cards for me to do that. I just thought I would be this Southern girl that was maybe a bartender or a police officer or a bus driver or whatever the fuck. And then my life changed. And then I get into comedy. And then I'm like, there's no way I'm going to make more than $30,000 a year doing comedy because no one does. And then last year was my first year. I made six figures. Six fucking figures talking to a microphone. I am not going to make that this year. I am poor now. And I just
because you're doing podcasts for free. Thank you, Punkie.
Into a rhythm of, wow, this is fantastic. My life can be this way. And now it's not because it's not.
Which I think is some of the mental health crisis for a lot of comics, because I think a lot of comics were right where you were, which is like you were on the cusp of becoming massively famous, and you're still there, and it's going to happen for you, no question. Stop rolling your eyes.
Okay.
It's true. It's going to happen for you. She's rolling her eyes so hard her eyes just fell out of her skull. But I think that is the crisis for a lot of you guys, is the like, oh, I could taste this. I got a little bit of what that life looks like, and now it had to pause.
Ooh, it's on pause. Ooh, bitch. Ooh, but you know what the good thing is? I do feel good using my food stamp card.
Oh my God.
I be like, I be
I was so motivated on the 12th. Like I applied for my own unemployment before most people did. I was like getting my shit together, and then like Punkie was applying for EBT and all this shit, and I was like, oh, I should do that. And then I don't know what happened. I just kind of was like, I don't know why. Like I should do that.
You did that with health insurance.
I be like, EBT.
I'm terrible. I do not like paperwork. I do not. But I was like,
I know paperwork drives me
but
insane.
it scares me enough to the point where I applied for unemployment immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, hell no. But, oh, is there a kitchen calling? Hold on one second.
Oh, Lord. She called a fucking
Lee's
cat
about to go
Carrot.
get Carrot. Because
The
she's
cat
red
act like a bell
or
pepper.
orange.
Okay.
It's my favorite quote of all time. It's probably because I closed the window and wouldn't let her in. A quote that I saw that I really loved was, people aren't protesting to be waitresses and hairdressers again. People are out demanding that their waitresses and hairdressers go back to work. Oh, that's loud.
What
Here
in
comes
the
the cat. Oh, Matilda just wanted to
Wait,
come in.
say the quote again. I'm sorry. The
Oh,
damn
it's
cats are
okay.
going
It's all these
crazy.
fucking cats. That's so great. This is the challenge of working at Lee's house. It's totally fine. The quote from Anna Cafaino was, people aren't protesting to be waitresses and hairdressers again. People are out demanding that their waitresses and hairdressers go back to work. And I think that's a very important economic distinction, because, yeah, you guys are more than happy, not you guys, but people are more than happy to have those of us that would be in the line of fire for this. Okay.
Preach,
All right,
Matilda. Preach,
Are you
bitch.
mad too? But they don't, people aren't protesting so that they can go back to work. People are protesting so that the work that they depended on to live their lavish lifestyles can get kicked into high gear so that they can go back to what was comfortable for them.
We can call them the help. That's what it is.
I had an episode today at the post office. This old man came in. I'm just going to just ballpark it. He had to be between 65 and like 80 maybe. And he was
15 or 30.
Had his balls dropped yet, Punkie?
so he had a red. I see this type of stuff online, but I never thought I would ever see it in my life. Jenny's out in the car. She's waiting for me. She's like, I'm in the parking lot. When you're ready, let me know. I'm like, I'm 2 people away. This is going to be a piece of cake. This man comes in and basically, you would have thought he had a weapon. He basically holds up the entire post office because he's in there. He has no mask on. And he's like, make America great again.
No, he did not.
Really?
He has to make America. I put this on everything I love. He has the Make America Great Again hat on, no mask. He's going up to people in their faces like, you believe this crap?
Are you serious?
No, I promise you. So I'm just sitting up there and I'm just like, he's like going down the line of the people. Oh God, bitch, Jesus, good thing I ain't have a gun in my hand. So Binky, come
Bianca
in. I'm so
just
glad
walked
you're in
in.
here. Binky just walked in. Binky, bitch. So I go to the post office today. That's this man. I'm a ballpark it. He's between the age of 65 and 80. Okay, he's old, and he's going up to everybody yes, I swear, he's going up to everybody in the line, and he's like talking in their faces, and people are just kind of just ignoring him, but they're turning around. So now he's just talking in their ear. They're just like, you know what, here, old man, let me ignore this.
Is no one getting involved and no one saying to him like,
Well, the
hey,
people-
you're not well?
That's how I got held up, because the people in the thing behind the glass, they was like, oh fuck, we got another one. It's kind of like they were used to it.
Got another one.
They were like, everybody just stay calm. We're gonna take care of it. So now instead of 4 people working behind a glass, now they got 3 that's gone to try to take care of this fucking crazy person. They got 1 person behind a glass while the man is still going in everybody's faces trying to tell them that this is all fake. Take your mask off. This is bullshit. They're just trying to scare us. So then I'm next. I'm like, this man, I'm next. I'm next for this man to come up to me. Oh my God. I'm like, I'm going to punch him in the face because no. And as soon as he comes up to me, the one person behind the glass was like, next. I'm like, praise God, it's me. Because I'm like, dude, if you come in my face, I promise you. Oh,
what would you have done?
I would have hit him.
Bitch, you really would have hit him?
I am not in the mood, bitch. I am not in the mood. I know I turned 35. I didn't tell you I go to Home Depot. I snitched on somebody.
No, you didn't.
Home Depot's line. The
line is insane.
It was a maze.
Yeah.
It's a maze in the front, and then the line just falls all the way back to the street. Yeah. So I went in, I stood in that long ass line. I had an umbrella. And everybody's like, this dumb bitch got an umbrella? And I was like, yeah, I see y'all burning in this sun, bitch. Yes, I got an umbrella. I'm in the shade the whole time. Everybody else, I stood in that line for about 42 minutes, okay? Ooh. I get to the front of the line. I didn't know they were letting people in 5 at a time. I didn't know until I got up to the front. This black dude on a fucking like scooter, he comes in like slides in, right? But he don't slide in front of me. He slid in like 1, 2, like third. So the 2 people, the one person, he didn't say nothing. So I was like, you know what? If that idiot not going to say anything, then I'm not going to say anything. Because he didn't cut me, he cut him. Right. But that's when I found out they was letting people 5 in at a time. So this whole time I was sitting up there like, should I snitch on this nigga? Do I have time for this shit today? I was like, I'm not going to do it. Fuck it. I don't know. Because people respond crazy if you know what I'm saying?
Especially now.
So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to let this motherfucker ride. So then they started letting people in 5 at a time. They was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then they stopped me. That's when I was like, snitch time.
Because you would have been in.
I would have been in if this motherfucker wouldn't have fucking gotten the fucking thing. I'm like, fuck it. I'm saying something. I was like, that nigga. And nigga came out. It just came out. I was mad. I was heated because I'm like, bitch, I waited in this line for 42 minutes. You know I know it's 42 minutes because I kept looking at the time.
Yeah, I bet you did.
So I was like, no, that nigga didn't even stand in the motherfucking line. And the people was like, who, him? I was like, yeah, him. And then like the little black manager, because I knew him because I'm always in Home Depot. He was like, you always up in here causing some goddamn trouble. He cut the line. No. And all the people behind me was like, yeah, we saw that. Thank you for saying something.
Now everybody's like,
yeah. So then the dude was like, I had to park. I was like, we all had to park. And how you had to park on a scooter, motherfucker? Like, I was just saying all kind of shit. And the black dude was like, come on, sis. Come on, sis.
Oh, no.
We got him.
Come on, sis.
He's like, we gonna get him out the line. So he pulls him out the line. He said, we took care of it. He was like, go ahead on. Just go in. He's like, matter of fact, just fucking call me next time you come in. No more waiting in the line.
That's because she's a fucking ghetto-ass troublemaker, okay?
Yeah, no, it's true.
Because I really could have took care of it in a much better way. But when I found out I wasn't getting in because he cut, I got angry. But let me tell you about karma, right? So then after that, I had to go to Walmart. And I go to Walmart and they didn't have no more baskets. Baskets all gone. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have to steal one. Soon as somebody turn their head, bitch, your basket is mine. Bitch, no.
I kind of feel like the white supremacy of the post office rubbed off on you.
This was before white supremacists.
Oh, this was before.
Yes, bitch. This was last week. White supremacists was today, bitch. So bitch, I'm in Walmart and I spotted a basket. It had a bouquet of flowers in it. So I go by the basket, but I stand like 3 feet away and kind of just surveillance.
No, you didn't.
The area, and then I take the basket. Boom. I'm walking, bitch. I start walking with the basket. I hear this lady say, "Excuse me." I was like, you know what? Don't turn around. She could be talking to anybody.
Oh.
I heard the lady say again, "Excuse me." I was like, don't turn around. The lady grabbed the basket. She's like, this is my basket. I was like, oh, for real? I said, I caught you slipping.
Wait, what was her face like? Okay. Or was like,
she knew she was gone from the basket at least 2.5 minutes. I watched, you know what I'm saying?
But it's still her fucking basket. You're like, well, she's.
I was watching the basket. I was like, if nobody come get this basket in like 2 minutes, I'm taking this basket.
But look, here's what I do when I get in a grocery store, which I get that I'm at risk for it, but it's like I'll grab a cart, I'll put a couple things in it, and then I leave it stationary.
Goodbye.
And then I run around the damn store and get my shit and come back to the cart.
I don't do that. I'll go aisle by aisle. I'll leave my basket outside the aisle, so I don't traffic the aisle.
Same.
But I
you wanna leave
found
it for 10
another
minutes.
empty basket with only one thing in it. So I took
That is not empty, Punkie.
I took the one thing out and I put it on the side, and then I was like, let me just grab this juice and put it in the basket. So if somebody see me with this basket, I could be like, bitch, did you have a V8? Did you have a V8, bitch?
Should have had a V8, bitch.
Should have had a V8.
I was like, you know what? This V8 black cherry saved me, so I bought it. I didn't even go in there for that shit. I just needed it to look like
the
back.
company.
I fucking took that V8. Walmart is set up backwards, by the way. I do not like going to Walmart.
Yeah.
It is the dumbest shit ever.
They're pieces of shit that run at PS. Don't shop at Walmart.
But they so cheap. Oh God, I love
Why?
Walmart.
That's why everyone shops there.
Yeah, but they don't pay their workers.
They don't pay their work.
They
It
pay
is Amazon though, so you shouldn't be buying from Amazon either.
they don't pay their work, so they pay their workers just under the amount that they would have to pay them, or they don't give them the hours, so they give them just under full time, so they don't have to give anybody insurance. So
Really?
and they pay very low wages, so it's like poverty level wages, and they can't get insurance because they limit their hours.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a good game.
At Walmart?
Yeah, no, it's a
oh
bummer,
my
right?
God, I have to get invested in their stock.
Fucking Punkie. Just a few more questions. So now that Bianca's here and we can all answer this, if we don't, so Bianca, earlier we talked about like how we're going to set up if people go to the bar and get their own drinks or whatever, like the new normal at the store. So if they're to open soon, would you do anything differently when serving? Like, are you scared of anything? Are you going to behave differently as a result of this?
I'm in search of a very sexy mask. I will be wearing a very sexy mask. I want a shiny satin one. Let me know if you find one.
Wait, I know where we could get one, I think.
Where?
So just before, what'd you say, you dummy?
Victoria's Secret. She only shops at Victoria's Secret and Walmart.
No, but so
Just wear the coochie part of your drawers.
Ew, shut up.
gross.
Why not? I love the smell of my cooch.
I know you do. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
Good today. I'm sorry.
Okay, so no, look, here's the answer. So there's this. So I've lived in LA for 14 years. There's a place on La Cienega called Trashy Lingerie that
I've never walked
just
into.
went into. Literally January went into. You have to pay like a $5 membership fee to even enter the building.
Shut the fuck up.
But then it's like $5 for whenever the fuck. Now you're just a member, right? But they make everything in the store, which I did not realize. They have like the people that own it are seamstresses, and they literally make all the lingerie. They started making masks right away, and I guarantee you
cute.
they make the sexiest masks. We should look. I didn't even think about that.
Watch me
But I
and leave.
totally
We're gonna
wanna-
come with bondage. I'm being safe.
I'm gonna open up a zipper to ask people what they want. I'll be like, hold on.
If you tip over like
What can I get
25%, she'll you like smack her ass or something.
Okay, wait. So, Punkie, you represent the bartending faction. Like, are you going to do anything differently if they say that you're back? Will you stop harassing the cat, Bianca? We are recording. You are worse than Lee. You are worse than Lee.
And I'm allergic.
This is why I can't have them all in the same room, y'all. Just so we're clear. This is why I can't do this. Punkie, are you going to do anything differently as a bartender? Yeah, so say you had to go back to
I'm
work
hoping
tomorrow.
I don't have to bartend no more.
So would you quit the store?
If I got another job, not at a grocery store, like if I got a writing,
If you got a writing job, yeah.
if I got like a writing job, of course I'll quit the store. I probably wouldn't. I love the store so much.
I know, I don't think
I'll
you
probably
will.
be like a Kevin Hart at the store on Monday nights. I'd be like, y'all come on down.
Like I've quote unquote quit the store since
probably
2000.
I'll probably just do what I've been doing. If I need to take off, just give my shifts away because everybody want my shift. But honestly, I don't know. I mean, I probably wouldn't wear masks behind a bar.
You wouldn't.
If it was required, then yeah. But
What
I
if
mean,
what if they open tomorrow?
I cannot, bitch. Listen, I cannot fucking breathe. Okay, I had to go and take a every year I do a yearly checkup with all my doctors. All right, so I had to go see my cardiologist, and of course I had to get on a treadmill. So I get on a fucking treadmill, bitch. Of course, I had to keep my mask on. I almost fucking died. Bitch, I almost died. I felt like I had to run on that motherfucker for like 8 minutes. I could not breathe. I'm like, look, dude, I have to take this mask off.
Now, was it like a mask for COVID-19 or was it the mask where they're doing the tracking? Like, when was this appointment?
No, it was a COVID night. It was a hospital mask.
So this was recent.
Yeah, this was Friday.
Oh, so you had to keep the COVID mask on the entire time. I can't breathe in those either. I don't run in them.
I can't breathe. I can't be in. I don't see. Big ups to the people that got to wear these masks all day. I cannot breathe. After I've shopped the fastest I've ever shopped in my life in this time. I don't fuck around in the store no more, bitch. I go here, I go here, I go here. Oh, I don't know. I know the aisles now. I'm like, okay, aisle 2 barbecue sauce.
That's
bitch.
because you're
I
also
know-
stealing baskets, though. You got to get in and out because you're stealing. Just so we're clear.
No, that was Walmart. Like at Ralph's, I know the aisles now. I know everything by heart. I know where all that shit is. I go. I can't have that mask on for longer than like 12 minutes. I have to get the fuck out. I can't breathe.
Just because you can't breathe.
I mean, I've been running, so I'll switch off between just like a regular hospital mask and a bandana. It's hard. Like it's like running in 100% humidity in August because you're breathing and then breathing it back in. So it's just out in, but you're breathing this like wet air. It literally, I feel like I'm training for some like hardcore like muscle man marathon.
Okay, so do you want this to go on longer then, or would you rather that if we could open tomorrow, would you guys all be down?
No.
If we can open tomorrow at the same pace that we were
No,
working,
open tomorrow based on the circumstances as they are.
No, absolutely not.
It's not worth it, honestly, to us, because it's like, okay, we're going to go back to work and then make the same amount of money that we're making now because there's no one coming to the shows.
We wouldn't even make that.
Not even.
We'd lose all of
unemployment.
it. We'd lose all of it.
Yeah.
And we'd lose our unemployment. I feel like we'd lose it. I would rather them wait until we actually could get an audience that's reasonable.
I think what you're saying makes sense. We are being called moochers as a result because there's a lot of servers and bartenders who have said it's not actually advantageous to open. This regardless of the state that they're in, that they're saying you're actually fucking us by opening now. And there's a faction of the population that's like, oh, you guys are moochers. You just want to stay on unemployment because you like this lifestyle where you get money for free. And
Who said that?
Listen, here's the thing. Here's the
my
thing.
goodness.
I'm not saying anything. I think that is a logical thought, but they don't know.
so explain, inform them, talk to them.
Okay, here's the thing.
to 'em. Break it down.
For the people that's thinking like that, if we had the opportunity to open tomorrow and it was full-fledged the same way it was, and we could pick up exactly where we left off.
What is full-fledged the same way it was mean?
Sold out every show. We making $200, $300, $400 a night. We go back to the regular way like COVID never happened. If it was to open like that tomorrow, absolutely yes, I will go back to work because then I can afford the lifestyle that I was living and I can afford to pay rent. But if it opens up tomorrow and it's not the same flow, and you mean to tell me that only 2 servers could be on the floor and only maybe 1 or 2 bartenders could be on the floor, and then I'm actually making less than I was making before, then why would it be advantageous for me to go back to work when I would be losing money? Then I would lose my house. Then I would lose my car. I would have to go home and drive my parents crazy. That's not called being a mooch. That's actually called being a smart motherfucker.
Okay, Punkie, now on that note, I'm going to be devil's advocate. Okay, but tips are a gift. You can't live on minimum wage. That's the job you signed up for.
I'm sorry. If I lived in fucking Montana or South Dakota, abso-fucking-lutely. But you stupid bitch, sorry, don't mean to offend you, but you have offended me for your dumbass thoughts. I live in fucking Los Angeles where my rent is $2,000 a month. $2,000 a month
Also,
for one person to pay.
Also, we didn't sign up for a minimum wage job. We signed up for a job that we get tips at. That's not so. I think people that argue about that are silly. Like there are some. I think we talked about it in an earlier episode that there are some states that do a server minimum wage because of the tips.
$2.13 an hour in Ohio.
Yeah, like I got void paychecks all the time. And when I lived in Boston, I got no paychecks because they all got voided by the amount of money I was getting tipped. But it always equals out. California pays you more. People don't tip as well in California, but it all evens out at the end of the day. But that's what you're signing up for. The business that you're in requires a certain kind of skill level. So I think I know it's so weird. I know it's so weird
Are
that
you fucking kidding me?
yeah. Do you know we have to deal with the most?
We have to deal with y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And then go back into the back and fucking kick some unassuming door guy.
And you're lucky we don't
take
do
our
anything
anger out.
to your food. You are so lucky that we don't do anything to your food or your fucking drinks because it is very possible you rude ass pieces of fucking touching on me shit. I don't know you like that.
But I just want to say, when people say, oh, tips are extra, they shouldn't be good. When people attack tips, let me tell you something, okay? I've traveled around the world, many a country. There is no service. So if you don't, I'd rather split. I don't care about smoking, non-smoking session, tip, non-tip. I don't care if you don't tip me, you will not get service.
Hello.
You will not get a napkin. You will not maybe get an extra fork. You will not get a water.
But
You could just
Bianca,
sit
that's
there.
your job.
No, it's not. Because have you go to Germany, bitch. I lived in Germany. Go to Germany. There is no service. They will turn off the lights because they need to go home because they're getting a livable wage. They don't need to kiss your ass. Also, why would anybody kiss anyone's ass if there was no monetary incentive?
Wait, are you saying that the customers benefit from them also tipping?
Yeah, like if you want,
Weird.
look, Look, you want to buy 2 Diet Cokes and not look me in the eye? Don't tip me. I don't care.
Yeah.
If you want to run me ragged, then you need to tip.
Oh, when you say run me ragged, do you mean want you to be available at every beck and call when they snap or look up?
Excuse me. It's just
Oh.
like, don't touch me. Or you could touch me, just tip me 25%.
I like to relate this to car service. Like when you take your car in to be maintenance and you pay for the parts. Yeah, you pay for the parts. That extra money that you pay is for the fucking service. It's for the guy that is actually putting the tires that you paid for on the car, you dumb fuck.
Oh,
you don't.
So you're actually paying for the skill that requires. Is that what you mean?
Oh my fucking gosh! Yeah.
Oh, weird. This is very confusing. I don't
Yeah.
understand.
Look, we can set up a soda station like they have in JetBlue. Like it's like, look, there's drinks, there's chips. There's
Serve your goddamn self.
Serve it, and then that's
Seriously, but it's like, oh, I have to get up from my table to ruin my experience. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, yeah, exactly. You're paying for your experience.
If you get up and get something, you will miss Dalia, you will miss Rogan, you'll miss their joke.
You'll miss the show.
I don't know who page I saw this on, but I thought that it was a I thought it was something that a lot of people should hear. I'm so pissed off that I didn't screenshot it, but I thought it was great. This woman said that she met and spoke to a CEO of a company, and his exact words were, "I will never hire someone that ever worked in the service business."
What?
That is just what he said.
Why?
And then she explained to him that you're going to be shit out of luck. You have no idea the skill it takes to be a fucking waitress.
Hello.
You have to balance time. You have to understand people and their personalities. You have to juggle 50 people at a time. You know how, if you're a server and you have to serve and talk to 60 people a night, sometimes even at the comedy store it's 120 because we have 2 fucking shows. And if we're lucky, we'll have 3 shows. So that's 180 people a night. Then you know how to run a fucking business.
Hello.
Yeah, because you understand what it takes to make people happy and to make people who have chosen to not be happy. I would say half the crowd is like out for a good time no matter what. The other half hasn't decided if they want to have a terrible evening or a good evening, and they're gonna make their choices throughout the evening, and like, you know what I mean? So it's like if they have one bad experience at the front, by the time they get to your table, they're ready to kill somebody, and it's up to you. You're gonna teeter it either way. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it is a skill. 100%. I have had the worst service I've ever had in my life in Los Angeles from people who shouldn't be servers.
There's such bad service here, by the way.
The worst service.
And we still tip 20-30% because we be like, you know what? That dumb bitch just having a bad
Maybe
day.
she's just having a bad day. Maybe she had a shitty customer before we got here.
It's like she was awful. 20%, y'all.
Yeah.
Like it's like whatever.
Yeah.
Right. We're all good. We're all great people. I just want everyone to know that. We're fucking great people.
I have a little kitten on my shoulder, so this audio is going to be terrible. But do you guys miss anything about it?
About what?
I miss
Hell no.
I miss the social aspects of being at the Comedy Store. I miss comedy. I miss being with my friends and all of those things. But I think I needed a forced break, and I didn't realize I did until, and it was definitely like one of my friends made it equal to
Little kitten
purse made it equal to going to rehab, like a 28-day rehab, because the first month of this in the beginning I was okay, and then a week and a half in I started going through withdrawals, and I had like really bad insomnia, and that lasted about 2 weeks, and then I feel like the last week I started to like get back to normal. I do feel like it's like a rehab.
I can sleep on my own.
Yeah.
I don't need any more medicine.
Yeah.
I need to go to therapy.
We all need to go to therapy,
when is
bitch.
Nancy opening back up, bitch?
Punkie, we've been worried about you, so that's all right.
You can do virtual.
Yeah, Nancy does virtual.
No, bitch, y'all don't understand. I need contact. I got to be in a room.
My therapist, you can ask her for drive-by.
I'm gonna be like, Nancy, bitch. I haven't been to Nancy in a whole year though.
I know. I'm about the same with. We share a therapist. Shout out to Nancy. I literally sing her praises because I've been seeing her since 2007. LA's a rough town. Not Bianca. She has her own. But she has a special Tom in her life.
I love Tom. It's so funny. When I first saw him, he was like, "Hey there, I'm Tom." I was like, an old white guy talking
like, I'm gonna railroad
no
you.
bass in his voice. He has no bass in his voice. I was like, this is never gonna work. And then at the end of it, I was like, are you a psychic? He's psychic. He's a
But
psychic.
wait. Okay, mental health, which is great. I'm glad you guys are seeing therapists. This is good. Do you guys miss any aspects of this though? So you said it's like rehab. So Punkie, do you miss any parts of the store?
Oh yeah, I do. I'm not gonna fuck around. I'm mushy. I miss everything about the Comedy Store. I remember there was a time that I stopped going because I was like, you know what, this is too much for me. I'm getting involved in too much drama because I love the place that much that I'm in people's business. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do something about this. I'm gonna stand up for this person and all of this. And no, the door guy shouldn't be doing this. No, God damn it, the wait. I remember I got so involved.
I have it
that
on film. I have that one night on
I
film.
felt
It's so
that I
funny.
was gonna get fired, bitch.
Oh, no.
So I was like, you know what? Let me just not come into the Comedy Store. So I just started doing my comedy and leaving. Doing my comedy, leaving. I was like, I'm not going in the back and talk to nobody. Do my comedy. I'm just gonna leave. That's what I did. And you know what? That was stupid. And I don't realize that was stupid until now.
Why
you know
was
what
that
I'm saying?
stupid?
Because I just have to have self-control. You know what I'm saying? That business is not of mine. Tend to your business. It's just that simple. I miss the Comedy Store. I miss my friends. I miss being around everybody. I miss the microphone, yo. I miss the crowd. I miss being heckled. I miss bombing. I miss learning. I miss everything about it. I miss being a ghetto, ignorant, dumb dyke bitch. And I just want it all back. I will never complain about going to work again. I will never complain about sleeping all day and then having to wake up at midnight for a 1 o'clock spot. I will never complain ever again. Just please give me my life back.
Okay, so
Please.
from a super like weird sort of mental health perspective, how long do you guys think you could actually do this?
Honestly, I'm getting a little bit comfortable.
Me too. I feel like
I'm starting to
because
enjoy myself.
but I
I'm
think-
gonna wake up at 12. I'm gonna work out at 2.
I think
I'm
that
gonna
we
take a
had-
shower at 6. I'm just
No, that's exact. You just literally mapped out my day schedule. It's ridiculous. No, but I feel like we all had a little bit of Stockholm syndrome in the way that America told us that we had to live in order to be like good, like functioning citizens of this nation. Is we have to overwork ourselves, not take any vacations, get stressed the fuck out. Have therapy. Everybody has a goddamn therapist because we're all stressed the fuck out. You know, it's like we can't afford to live in these places. Oh, we just got an email.
Got an update.
Oh,
All right,
please.
well, we can.
real time. This
We'll
is
do it.
live.
Come on, Bianca,
no,
let us know.
No, I don't. Wait.
Now Punkie's demanding more drinks. This is gonna be a 2-hour episode.
Wait a minute. Well, I didn't do
Well,
that.
Bianca
'cause
didn't
I was being
get anything to
polite.
drink at all.
God damn it.
Oh well, no, Punkie's not
We.
polite.
Anyways.
There's a small kitchen that I'm afraid is gonna do
You've been
exactly what
dropping
Lee
shit
just
the whole.
did.
Every time you go in the kitchen, bitch.
Lee,
you
this
drop
is an audio recording. I know that's hard to
Guys,
remember with the microphones.
I know the crowd. I know the audience is like, well, we know when Lee gets up. Every time she get up, she drops.
Okay, so Punkie, you miss a lot, but Bianca, you haven't answered. Do you miss any like aspects of it at all? I know this is getting real comfy.
I do miss like the camaraderie. I have a lot of comic friends and I like seeing them. And I like the pace of it all. Like I like a fast paced situation.
Like for a job, you mean?
Yeah, it's like you work short hours and they're kind of stressful and then you're done. I like that, but I just need artificial structure in my life. I'm not good when
Yeah.
I've been signing up for classes and
Having some sort of schedule.
yeah, I need something. You know, I need accountability.
So
for my
so
day.
you miss that's
somebody giving like accountability. You know.
because otherwise, what does your day look like
Yeah,
if you have no
exactly.
accountability? No, I'm
I
asking.
mean, it's pretty good right now, but I feel like at some point you're gonna get burnt out. You know what I mean?
yeah,
By like self-regulating, then you're gonna skip a thing, and then you're not gonna.
I'm starting to get there.
Yeah, like at first I felt like everyone was really motivated, and now it's like,
Yeah. Now it's
I
getting
can work
annoying.
out tomorrow, and it's
Yeah.
just kind of like.
It's a little bit of that. Punkie, can you help Lee open your fucking this martini shaker so that you can get your drinks? This is such good audio. Just I'm leaving this all in. Just as note because it's
Poor
Thursday.
poor
so my
Kate.
editing is gonna just go to
Poor
shit. Thank you for
Kate.
understanding, Bianca. Okay, so those are the aspects that we miss. You're
Maybe if I could dry my hands up.
all right. Okay.
Almost.
That's no. Now you're mad. I shut the window for audio too. Good. Punkie's a really good producer. Everyone hire her. No, hit
can
it
we
because this
finish for-
audio is
Kate
terrible.
needs-
Thank you. Appreciate you, Bianca.
Guys,
This is why you need to be here from the beginning.
Guys, okay, wait.
This is
How
awful
much long
audio.
do we have?
We have like 2 more questions and then we can be
Okay,
done.
question.
Well, I can't while the middle of the audio is
Okay,
terrible.
okay.
Get that open so we can do that. Come on.
I can't
Get it open.
on my
Get it
hands.
open.
I'm too sweaty.
This is just really good podcast material. Okay, well, let's try and get it back a little bit. Lee's neighbors are screaming and being loud. Is that what that is? Well, you have 72 cats, so I feel like you ain't get to have an
Three
opinion.
three cats equal one dog. you
Yeah.
bitch.
Well, we don't have that much to do. I can end this now if y'all don't. Are y'all done? Because I can end this now.
I'm ready for my next fucking question.
Okay, I'm sorry. Punkie's here in the building. If so, we've handled what would happen if the Comedy Store opened tomorrow. What if the Comedy Store genuinely genuinely doesn't open until 2021. You don't sell anything. You are in a stay-at-home order until at least December. Are you willing to be in a stay-at-home order? Like, are you going to follow all the rules and be in a stay-at-home order until December?
There's not going to be a stay-at-home order.
Lee gonna be protesting in Huntington.
No, look, I'm just saying, like, okay, if the Comedy Store doesn't open until September, okay, fine, or December, that's fine. But if I have to stay in this house until December, I'm gonna lose my shit.
So I'm going to read you a statistic, and this is from U.S. News and World Report, which I don't know how everybody feels about that, but I kind of don't care. Reopening the economy would add 233,000 deaths by July, but it would save millions of jobs. That was the headline of the article, and the article went on to support that claim. Are you guys down for that?
How many people they got in America?
I mean, God, I don't know the
350?
population. I'll look it up.
350 billion?
I'll look it, no,
Million.
million. We're not a billion. We're not India.
We
Hold
not.
on.
Oh, we not China.
Bitch,
Okay.
there are 7 billion people in the world, guys. We're not nowhere. We're like,
Look up the population. Okay, the population in the U.S. is 328.2 million as of 2019.
All right.
Okay.
So what is the ratio of that to the people that would die?
Oh, girl, I can't do that much. That math.
apparently,
That's
no,
so fast.
isn't it like 2 million?
Well, so the it's set, according to U.S. News and World Report, if we open by July, it says 233,000 deaths, like human deaths, would happen if we open by July. But
What is open? I'm just talking about
fully like ready to go,
That's
open.
never- that's not gonna happen.
But
I
this
don't think
is
that's
this,
gonna happen.
We're doing hypotheticals while you bitches drink.
Well, I'm saying, okay, so
Punkie,
Friday.
stop it. Focus. Stop telling Lee thank you and focus.
Okay, I'm focused.
You're not though. This is why I can't
I'm
have them all in
sorry,
the same
Kate, my
room.
bad.
No, you're not. Okay, so say we open by
But
July.
we're opening a soft open on Friday.
Well, that's the country. Well, we talked about that's phase 2. Phase 2 wouldn't be venues like where we are. We're phase 3.
We're phase like 19. I don't think we're gonna get open until next year.
If unemployment keep paying me the way they fucking pay me, bitch, I'm fine. Just whatever shit.
But we're talking about the hypothetical of the sort of moral question of is it worth it if we sacrifice 233,000 people, but millions of jobs will be saved. This
I'll
is
tell
sort
you
of
one thing. If something happened to my mom and my motherfucking daddy, bitch, beware. That's all the fuck I got.
Exactly, and that's
Be
the point.
motherfucking where.
It's all fun and games
Bitch,
until somebody
I will lose
you know.
my shit. I will go fucking crazy, bitch. Have y'all ever heard of a fucking black female mass murderer? Bitch, I'll be the first fucking one.
No, it does. It's like it really but people. It's all easy to protest and take stands against when no one you know has died. But it's like
Right.
It's like that preacher who his whole goddamn family he died and his whole family has it. It's like because he insisted that everybody should come to church and they can still be safe at church, and then literally everybody got it. It's like no one is special as long as you are sort of smart about it. You're probably going to be spared unless you are unfortunately one of the disenfranchised people of the country that has to take public transportation and work this fucking front line, which is now minimum wage jobs, which is hopefully will put a new perspective on minimum wage jobs now. Like,
Well, the funny thing is we get shit on all the time, and now it's like we got to help them out and their tips. I mean, the loans pay us for our hourly plus tip.
It is going to pay plus tip. I don't.
It's plus tip 100%.
Okay.
So if it in that we're being taken care of from the federal government to include our tip. That to me
Which is
shows
interesting.
that, we're being acknowledged that we are necessary. And the problem is it's not that we're so much necessary. We're just an integral part of the economy.
Correct.
We keep money
So
flowing
we therefore
in.
we are necessary.
But that's what I'm saying. We're not necessarily like, oh my God, essential. Oh my God,
Yeah, we're not
highly
doctors.
regarded.
Sure.
But poor people, unfortunately, like technically, I guess, based on the job we do, we spend fucking money. We
Correct.
keep this economy burning.
Correct. It's on our
And
shoulders.
Without us, that's what. No, do you wonder why they open nail salons? I'm like, they are targeting black people.
It's
nail
like
salons and barbershops.
It's like
Don't
she
go
was here-
outside. It's
it's
a trap.
It's literally the
trap,
quote
y'all.
I read that quote at the beginning of the episode. Like, yeah, that's where we're at. I'm losing my guests because everyone's been drinking, and
sorry.
that's
Not
okay.
your fault.
We did our best. So on that note,
sorry, y'all.
No,
We
don't
love
apologize.
y'all.
It's okay.
No, I'm talking to
They
them,
love y'all.
Kate, not you.
Oh, I'm sorry. They don't love me.
love
okay.
we love
Fuck
the
them.
listeners.
All right. Well, we're going to drop checks now. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you want to help us out here at Service from Hell, leave us a 5-star review on iTunes and tell your friends to listen. It will help us reach more people that need to be schooled in the art of being kind. It will be catharsis for those of us still working in the industry. And if you have stories of your own, we'd love to hear them. Email us here at servicefromhellpod podcast@gmail.com. And someone from our team will let you know if we're going to read your story live on air. Remember, if you can't afford a tip, you can't afford to go out. So don't be garbage. Be good to people. It's easier that way. Huge thank you to Michelle G for being amazing. And thank you guys so much for listening. And all of our listeners in other countries, we appreciate y'all. And guys, we're riding this out. There's probably going to be one more week of Los Angeles, maybe potentially two. And then the rest will be Zoom situations from Ohio until we get back to normal. And the girls are going to be here and I'm going to be there. And it's going to be weird, but we're going to make it work. This podcast isn't going to stop just because geography has changed. And thank y'all for being on this ride with me. This has been crazy. And we're in it.
I mean, how long? We've been doing this every week now for 6 weeks.
This is 8 weeks.
This is 8?
This is
Week 8.
Holy Lord.
Yeah. We're recording for week and when people hear this, it will technically be week 9. That's crazy. Which is fucking bonkers. So thank you, all of you idiots, for being along on this ride with me.
Sorry we stressed you out. It's fun.
Is this the last one?
No. We've got like probably two more.
She
Two more.
was-
Yeah,
Hear
yeah.
me. This sounds like a
It did-
eulogy.
yeah.
Like, oh, it was a beautiful
It
time.
did sound like a fucking
It was a beautiful time.
Oh, good. Bianca's practicing her Irish accent. All
I
right.
thought a Boyz II Men song was about to come on.
Okay. See why I hate all of them? Okay.
Still I can't I don't wanna be so natural.
Is everybody done? Are we good? Are we going to say goodbye to the kiddies? Are we going to be done with this fucking bullshit so we can stop?
My new little kitten that I found last Thursday.
Okay, so we recorded last Thursday. It was me, Bianca, and Lee because Punkie was dead.
I was
and
dead.
yeah, we already established that. So Lee went out to take her recycling out, and then she happened to see something run across her feet that she thought was a rat. And then go ahead, Lee.
In here?
No.
I was like,
Outside. So Bianca and Kate were here for a while. We were all sitting, like we talked till like 2 a.m. and then I was just cleaning up the kitchen and then I was like, I'm just going to take this out now because I don't want to deal with it in the morning. It'll be nice to come to a clean kitchen, right? 3:30 in the morning, I take this shit out to the trash. Never do that. And then I walk out, I go back to the recycling and then I turn around to go to the dumpster and this thing runs in front of me and I was like, ooh, because I thought it was like a rat or some sort of vermin or whatever. And then I saw this little thing like hovering in a corner and I was like, what is that? It had a tail. I was like, is it a squirrel? Like I didn't expect it to be a kitten. And then I just saw this teeny little kitten and she was hiding in the corner.
it wasn't a rat. It was a cat. Get it?
Oh, ew.
Got Dr. Seuss up on this podcast. So Lee also has 2 other cats that were not super thrilled with this new addition to the
I would say hate is a good word. Like there's a lot of hate being thrown around this apartment right now. These cats have been hissing and growling. They have literally, the fact that they're both in the same room with this kitten right now is like victory, leaps and bounds.
It's an adjustment.
I don't sleep.
I saw Lee at Petco. I was driving and I stopped at the light.
Is that real? Did that really have it?
Yeah.
I stopped at the light and I saw her talking to the people. And from the light, from Hollywood and Western, I was like, Lee! Whole thing probably was like, no one's calling my name. So she didn't turn around. And I said it again, Lee!
Can we post a picture of Carrot as the
Absolutely. That's the episode.
episode?
That's the episode photo.